Hey there all, and welcome back again to Richard's Toy Room. Whoa, it's been a while, hasn't it? Well, I'm not going to go on a big long story, but just to make a long story short, I went visiting relatives. I was gone for almost 2 months. I actually drove across country. I went all the way across the southern border to Florida, and then I drove up the East Coast up to New York State, and then I drove diagonally back home. So it was actually a nice trip. It was fun. And so I really got to get some videos going here again. I didn't have anything banked up that I could put out. So I'm going to try to do this one first. This one's been sitting around for a long time on my to-do list. You may recognize this as the Burger King line of toys. I think I'll do a video on them, all of them together, maybe after this one. But just real quick, it came with this sheet. There's 4 different ones, and this is the Frankenstein one. And this one's probably well, they're all pretty neat, but this one's probably the coolest one because it has a light up feature. As you can see, his hands and head are translucent. Let me show you. Grab my phone real quick. See, it's got the light on it. As you can see, his hands and his head, they don't glow, but they let light come through. So the idea is that there's a little LED light here in the pillow of this. He lays on here, and you press this button and it's supposed to light up. Well, obviously this thing is like 25 years old. These came out in 1997. They do have one with the form. It was they came out in 1997. So that's 25 years old. The battery is obviously dead. Well, they did not make it so that you can replace the battery in these, but I figured it's got to be like watch batteries or something in here. I'm going to figure out how to make this work again. So I've already done this, but I'm going to show you what I did. I mean, basically, the way I did it, there's an even easier way now that I know what's inside. But we'll get to that when I show you. So, what your first thing you need to do is, if it's not already, this thing comes in 3 pieces. So you got this and this, the legs. Put those over here for now. And then what you basically have is this. So here's the little switch. The batteries are in here. Now, what I did was I took an X-Acto knife. I cut as close as I could down to the underside. This was the hardest side over here. Well, actually, this wasn't too easy either. But you can get these 2 sides over here pretty good. I just kept scoring until I get through. There's 4 pegs holding this on, but of course it's glued. But an easier way to do it, now that I've seen how to get in there, would be to actually cut along here, maybe a couple millimeters in, just cut a square hole out. Either way, this way that I've done it, it's a little less conspicuous, and you just take a little bit of like model glue, or what do I do with that stuff? Oh, or like plastic weld, and just run a few little drops along there. Because if you want to replace them again, all you'd really have to do, as long as you don't super glue it on there, just snap it. I'll show you. It basically just comes off now. I think 1 peg didn't break when I did this. So that's what you got when you take this off. That's the battery box. So as you can see inside, you could cut basically the lid off the bottom, or make a lid for the bottom, and it would be just as easy. But so all you got to do is get a little pick and pop these out. Now they have to go in the same way or they won't work. LEDs only work on one direction of power. So I got these, let's see, these are called AG10 watch batteries. They're cheap, like on Amazon, for a pack of what, 2, 4, 6, 8. So you just take 2 of those. See, they match those. And you put them in here. Put your switch back together. As you can see, it now works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on there. Now, I haven't actually tried the glue, so if this doesn't work, I would use super glue. But I think this will work on this. Give it a good squeeze. Yeah, that seemed to work. All right. Junk batteries. Put your table back together. And then we will turn out the lights. So you'll have to excuse me while I go to the other side of the room so we can see what this actually looks like in the dark. You can still see it in the light, but it just looks a lot cooler in the dark. So yeah, so there he is. And your vintage Burger King light up Frankenstein is now working again. So that's just a quickie, like 10 minutes. So thanks for watching, and come back for more.